Hey guys, and welcome to The Mention.
This is your weekly roundup of everything pop culture lovers have been buzzing about this week.
We have a really amazing show. Before we get started, we got to get our drink on. Erin, what have you made for us this week?
Today we are making aviation gin martinis. Ryan Reynolds recently acquired aviation
Woo!
gin, so
Yeah.
it's a good one to support. To start with a martini, you coat the glass with some dry vermouth. Be sure to swirl it around so the glass is coated, but then you want to dump it. Next, we're going to add some ice to our shaker. Interesting thing about gin martinis, I know James Bond says shaken, not stirred, but actually you can stir a gin martini. We're going to do 2 jiggers of the aviation.
Pour it up.
Amazing.
Don't knock over your shaker in the process. Lightly stir it. Stirring a martini unlocks a little bit of the flavors of the gin with just a little bit of dilution.
I like that sound.
And you're going to take a strainer, strain it into your vermouth-coated glass.
Ryan Reynolds is going to appear at...
We can only
You stir the glass,
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds comes up.
And since aviation has such really nice botanical and citrus flavors, I like to serve it with a twist. Cheers.
Cheers, Erin.
Cheers. Thanks, Erin.
Cheers to Ryan.
Honestly.
And cheers to our very special guest, Tika Sumpter, who's one of the stars of Old Man and the Gun. Welcome, Tika! Cheers!
Oh,
grab that glass. Yes.
Cheers.
Should we do it?
Oh, all right. You dared us.
Get a little turn on this Friday.
Ooh,
Got a kick to it.
Alcohol, and vermouth. I don't know if it's because it's shaking and stir. I don't know.
Thanks, aviation. Hi, girls.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
So-
you for having me.
We want to talk to you. So many questions to ask you, but before we get started, you are a part of an amazing film, The Old Man and the Gun. So let's take a look at the trailer now.
It was a bank, and instead of that counter up there, that was really a teller's window, and you just walk in real calm. So you walk right up, look her in the eye, and you say, "Ma'am, this is a robbery," and you show her the gun like this, and you say, "I wouldn't want you to get hurt because I like you a lot, so don't go breaking my heart now, okay?"
You're not serious.
Okay, so that's just a sneak peek.
Very sneak.
Very sneak peek. But okay, so Tika, tell us about your character and her relationship to the Old Man and the Gun.
So I play Maureen Hunt, and I am the wife of John Hunt, who's played by Casey Affleck, and I'm basically the backbone and the love of this family, and the catalyst of getting him to actually go after his dream and his heart, go after his goal to catch the old man with the gun, which is Redford. So she's kind of just like the person who's like, listen, either be quiet or go after your dream and do what you're supposed to do, or do nothing, you know, but don't complain about it. So that's like who she is in this film.
That's dope.
But supportive, and there's just a lot of cool love in this film.
But no nonsense. Either do
no
it or-
nonsense. Listen, you're going to talk about it or you're going to be about it.
Exactly.
That's, her mantra.
I like that.
Yeah.
You mentioned Casey. There's Casey, Robert Redford, Stacey Spacek, and like Danny Glover and so many others. Like, what was it like to work with such like star-studded cast?
Oh my goodness. It was crazy. I was just looking around. These are huge stars and Academy Award winners. And then Elizabeth Moss, who's in Handmaid's Tale, she's in part of it. And so
We love her.
we saw her at an airport recently, and I was like, that's Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah, I was in the elevator with her actually during the filming, and I don't think we knew we were in the same film. We were
No
just
way.
like, hi. I was like, hey girl, where's your hood? Hey girl, hey. Yeah.
That's so funny.
They treating you okay?
Right.
So to be surrounded with such talent is any actor's dream. So if I was an ant in this film, I'd be like, yay.
Yeah.
So
Do the backbone though.
you
Yeah.
know, girl.
So what originally drew you to this project, and what do you hope people take away after they see the film?
Man, the script is compelling and beautiful, and it's intimate. I describe it as like your favorite blanket, cuddling up to it and like just watching it. It's calm, and there's just a lot of it's about just like living your best life, literally, that you can, in whatever way that is. And I would want people to just I think it's just a fun movie. Literally, it's like like if you love Robert
Which is funny
Redford.
because it's a bank robbery.
It's
That
a
it's like
bank
a calm,
robbery.
fun movie.
It's fun, but it's
Always
also
fun.
like
Always
heartbreaking
fun.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those charming like Robert Redford films that you're like, oh my God, this is on a whatever channel, and you're just like Robert Redford, and he's still dreamy and still charming.
Always.
And
Oh, he's dreamy?
he's dreamy. Yes, girl.
Like, listen,
Yes, girl. He is dreamy and still.
so close.
Yes, and just I think he's a living legend. So I'm like, give him his flowers now. Give him everything. So happy that I was a part of that.
It's also received a ton of praise from critics, and one of my favorites said that it feels like the best kind of tribute, one that understands the material so well, it inhabits its very essence. And I love that. And so just kind of spin this on you. If someone were to create a movie that paid tribute to your life, who would you want to play the main character?
Oh my gosh, who would I want to play the main? I love Viola Davis.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Love her.
I feel like she can give you a good cry.
Oh, yes, she
but
can.
then also she can give you a good like, no girl, no.
Yes, the sad.
You know what's
She can give both. She can
Yeah,
give both.
yeah.
I famously cried when I met Viola Davis once on a red carpet. I did.
Oh my God.
She's an amazing choice, though.
Oh my God, yeah, she's amazing. I cried when I met Salt and Pepper. I was like,
No.
Understandable self. I'm not a jam.
Yeah.
Today, so we was
yeah, I usually don't cry, and I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand. She's like, okay, girl, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good.
You okay?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I think Viola.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
Well, you famously played Michelle Obama in Sassed with You, which was a love story between Michelle and Barack.
Yep.
It's an incredible film. You were incredible in it. What was it like to play someone who's living and breathing? Like, that's a big thing, a feat. It's no easy feat. It's something really big to take on. So how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, and the crazy connection with Robert Redford and that movie is it went to Sundance, which he created, and he allows us to have these amazing platforms. And now I'm in a movie with him, which is crazy. But Southside with You, at first I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this because she's living, But it's like, what I loved about it is it's pre who she is right now.
Right.
It's when she was in college and when they first met. So it's all off of the stories of like that everybody told, or the book that her brother wrote, and he wasn't, the Barack we know. She was almost kind of like,
This brother, right? Like,
no, I'm good. I have several offers. You know what I mean? So it's like, and she was just smart, really smart, and in that world during that time, just trying to make it as a black woman and, a lawyer, like just so many different things were happening. So I just wanted to, pay tribute to them and like also their pre-story, and also like ladies, she saw the potential in him. You know what I mean?
Potential.
He had great potential. I mean, he's not like
just taking this to heart.
And listen, that keyword, something you got either like when you see it, capitalize on it, but you can't always fall for the potential. So
yeah. There's a
That's
balance.
hilarious.
But
Yeah,
he's
of
also
course.
like a Harvard like he's not like
his potential was
some
valid.
guy just
Right,
random.
exactly.
They both work together.
My friend's dad went to Harvard Law School with him. They were in one class apart from each other, and there was a quote from him in the yearbook, and I swear you could have had that. I can't repeat the quote because I'll mess it up.
Right.
But it was literally like he is the same exact person he was
Right.
in his 20s. Like,
Right.
He literally was so smart and could see past.
A good future.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Insane. So,
Yeah.
love him. Love Barry.
Yeah.
Love Michelle.
Yeah, love them both. Yeah, I love them both. So that was fun to create and produce. I produced it. So.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
amazing.
It's incredible.
So there was an article recently published, the 10 things you didn't know about Tika Sumpter, and it highlighted the fact that you used to be a cheerleader, you used to be a waitress before you were an actress and a model, you majored in communications. So what are some other fun facts about you that you want people to know?
Should we take another sip before
Oh
you
God!
Okay, get into that. Okay.
What do I want you to know about me? Well, I mean, I was born in Queens, raised in Long Island.
City girl.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a child now. Yeah, she's almost 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's her name?
Ella Loren.
Ooh, that's a gorgeous
Yeah, like
We all were like,
and like Ella Fitzgerald. Yeah, I love to dance. What do I love to do? I don't know. I love to laugh out loud, really, really loud.
I love these fun
Sometimes
These are
obnoxiously.
That's okay.
I love a good drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can relate on that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. I guess growing up, I never thought of like, I feel like my career was always going to be first and like all these things until like recently where I have a child and I got engaged, and I was never the girl who was like, I'm gonna have this amazing wedding. It was just all about me. So it's like, ladies out there, it's okay to just think about yourselves and put yourselves first, and when the rest happens, it happens. There's no real, I feel like when people live up to these like unrealistic, I need this at this age, I need that at that age.
Timeline, you gotta hit that,
Exactly, you don't. So, and that's actually what my next movie's about too. After this one,
I was just
Nobody's Fool.
I was going to ask you, what other projects do you have in the works?
Yeah, it's Did I tell you anything about myself? I hope that.
Yes,
I'm like, that drink. I was like, I just see myself going like.
Love to laugh, dance. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nobody's Fool comes out also November 2nd with Tiffany Haddish.
I saw the previews for
Yeah.
that.
Yes, and Whoopi Goldberg's in it, and a bunch of other cool little cameos. And yeah, it's about this girl who has this mentality of what her life should look like, and it gets totally thrown off when her sister comes into town and things get reworked a bit. So
Investigate, and she's like, hold up.
yeah. And it's just like a really cool chick flick, and that you can bring your man to. I think he'll be happy.
Yes. Okay, I won't hate him at the end.
No, I think you'll be all right. Okay. Well, you might be like, honey, close your eyes.
Okay.
But she sees the potential.
So just like, got it.
Right.
Well, we can't wait to see that movie, and we also can't wait to see Old Man in the Gun.
Yay.
Thank you so much for being here today. You guys can check out the movie in theaters next Friday, September 28th.
Yes. This is where you guys ignore me.
Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
For some WTF headlines. Guys, we haven't done this in a while, but when we were talking about what we were going to talk about the show this week, I was like, what is going on in Hollywood?
Yeah.
I'm reading line after line. I'm like, is this made up? I don't know. I'm just going to read out the headline, and I just want to hear your initial reaction, and I want you guys to play at home too.
Okay, so are we saying, is this real or?
No, they're all real.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. They're just crazy. I just want you to
Initial
sound off.
Got it.
The next time I'll make them real and fake.
I love it.
Good note. Noah Cyrus is selling her tears for $12,000.
Okay.
Are tears worth $12,000?
Listen, can we break down Noah Cyrus for a second? What is first off, you know who I want to break down actually? Lil Xan.
Little Xan needs a Xan accent.
Okay,
probably.
I think he's had too many. Honestly, I think that's his problem. Okay, that is so true. I feel like Noah's crying over Little Xan, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to make some profit off of this. That entire story is insane, and we need to break that down later.
$12K.
Are tears? Can I cry my tears in the bag?
You know what? I bet Billy Ray's the one who bought those tears. He's like, I'll support you.
I got you, baby girl.
Dad. Okay, next one. Kylie Jenner put milk in her cereal allegedly for the first time.
Wait, okay, wasn't this debunked? This was
made
debunked.
national headlines.
I have two thoughts.
Okay.
First of all, how did you just never have cereal without milk? But second of all, I'm not gonna lie, it reminded me of the scene in Get Out when the girl was on her computer, like all crazily, like eating the cereal without the milk. Like when I saw that, I was like, that's such a weird thing to do. But I put it past me, and now that Kylie's out here talking about I don't eat cereal with milk, so you're crazy. Got it. Cool.
But y'all know the internet is savage, and everyone was on Twitter obviously going through old photos. In the background of a photo, it's like they zoomed in, and it's one small bowl of cereal with milk, and they're like, liar. It was from like 2013.
Because they're
legitimately
just,
5 years
no
ago.
way.
So she's
they backed it up.
She's a liar.
Yeah, so
Got
she's
you.
had
liar
cereal
and
milk.
crazy. Got you, Kylie.
Okay, Dax Shepard defends Kristen Bell, his wife, over smoking pot around him even though he's sober. Okay.
That's fine. I'm actually going to see
We're
Dax
okay with-
Shepard's live taping of the show tomorrow.
Oh, what show?
He hosts a podcast, and he does live tapings, so we're going tomorrow.
They're very cute together.
I love them.
They've been married for a while.
That makes me love them even
Maybe
more.
that wasn't that WTF.
But
I
a
just threw it in
little
there for
bit
fun.
though, like in front of. Like,
I know,
at
right?
least, like
Sober,
close the
like,
door,
shoot,
like,
right? 'Cause
never
it's nice.
room. Yeah.
Donald Trump tells the Hurricane Florence survivor, "At least you got a nice boat out of the deal." Whoops, sorry, that's false.
Oh.
It's not entertainment. I just had to throw that in there. Kanye West tells Chicago crowd he's moving back to the Windy City, and I'm never leaving again.
That's a lie.
I don't believe anything he says.
That's a lie.
That's a lie, right?
Kim is not living in
not
Chicago.
There's no way.
She's just not.
Okay. Last one. Is Angelina from the Jersey Shore going to lose her fiance after straddling Pauly in the club?
Oh my God.
I would. I mean, I would break up with my boyfriend. He was straddling Pauly in the club.
That's fair.
That's about it. All right, those are my WTF headlines this week. But
Whoa.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah, WTF for real.
Things are going down. And also Lil Xan and to bring this full circle.
Not over that.
But anyway.
We never got into that. We should really
You know what's funny is I was going to, but there's really nothing to get into, which is the weirdest thing. It was like that one Charlie Puth text, and then that was it. Anyways, they have some things they need to discuss, and then we'll discuss them on the mention.
Okay. All right, guys, it's time for some hot tea. Now, you want to talk about WTF headlines?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so this is all allegedly. This is all according to The Blast, which I mean isn't the most reputable source, but they are saying that they have court documents saying that Kimberly Thompson, the former drummer of Beyonce, is trying to get a restraining order against Beyonce, inciting that Beyonce does extreme witchcraft, quote unquote, is involved in quote unquote dark magic, and quote unquote magic spells of sexual molestation. Also claiming that Beyonce killed her cat. I just want to stop there before we get into it.
I actually can't. Like, I don't find this to be true.
Like, I mean, this can't
sounds
be
like-
true.
This
Again,
is the most WF
again, this is The
that
Blast.
should've been on your list, Sarah.
This is all very much alleged. We're going to kind of see how things unfold. Nobody from Beyonce or her team has not commented.
And they're
Kimberly
wrong.
Thompson-
Like,
And
this
they
is
shouldn't.
Right, Kimberly Thompson hasn't commented outside of the court documents that
Yeah.
she's filed. But sis, what? Like, really?
I don't believe
Dark
it.
magic?
I don't
She
believe
killed your cat? Sexual molestation? Like, what are you talking about?
Those are really aggressive.
That's just like, and also I feel like if she's like with her, they are.
So aggressive.
If this is the first in like a random, it's not like a bunch of people have come forth and been like, no, Beyonce is wild. It's like,
Yeah.
that's just so out of the blue and so crazy.
It's like those Illuminati rumors. It's like I need people
gonna
to
say
kind of
it's
just
Illuminati.
like sit down and think about what they're saying and like how they're formulating these thoughts.
She wants
and, like,
attention and money. Like, end of story.
Yeah.
And I mean, she had that. I don't know what happened between them. She said she used to be Beyonce's drummer. You know, Beyonce has the all-female
Right,
cast,
I
the
love
all-female
that.
ensemble, which I absolutely love. But she, for some reason, believes that Beyonce's out to get her and just wants to have her eye focused on her and just keep her under surveillance. And I just, sis, are you okay?
And the Beehive is crazy. Like,
Yeah,
they're
we're
gonna.
not crazy. We stand.
We stand a queen.
stand by our
We stand
woman.
a queen.
Yeah.
I'm moving on. I'm kind of not. I don't want to delve into this anymore.
Because because I just don't believe.
I don't believe
Yeah,
it. I just
yeah,
don't
it's
believe
pretty
it.
crazy.
Yeah, but you know what I do believe? I do believe that I was on Instagram yesterday and Kanye West was blowing up my feed
he was.
with 3 videos in a series of rants against 3 men: Nick Cannon, Drake, who we love, and Tyson Beckford, who's hot.
Great.
It all surrounded rumors that Kim Kardashian has denied, which is that Drake and Kim have had some kind of romance relationship in the past. And all of this came out of his song, In My Feelings, where it goes, Kiki, do you love me?
And let me just say,
Those
on
are
that
toxic
note,
things.
I saw a Twitter thread. A Twitter user kind of went back in like Drake's repertoire of songs and kind of used like little liners. He has a whole thread in theory of
yes.
Drake and,
People have so
and
much
Kim's
time on their
relationship.
hands.
So much time.
Wow,
on their hands.
wow.
And I'm not gonna lie, I read that thread and I was like, oh no.
So she actually made the thread. She's
Maybe.
like, yeah, who has that much time?
Right,
I
exactly.
made the thread. I put all the dots together.
So in the interview, it wasn't an interview, it was an interview with himself. He called out Nick Cannon and
His
said,
favorite.
Nick Cannon recently had an interview with Complex Magazine. He said it wasn't a far off concept that Drake and Kim could have had something. So Kanye basically responds to Nick Cannon directly on his phone and is like, if you bring up my wife, like, don't. Please respect me. Like, don't speak on it. Don't be making any suggestions. Like, no one's having sex with my wife other than me. Cute. I like it. I like him like defending Kim.
Okay,
like that.
I will say I did
I'm
appreciate that side
team
of it.
defend your man, defend your girl. Like
Yeah.
I'm on that time.
And I
so.
do see where he could take that out of like context about the Kiki thing, and I feel like that was like a little shady on
So
Drake's part.
on that note, I'm glad you brought it
Yeah.
up. The next video was to Drake, where he said, if I had a girlfriend from Chicago, and her name was Renita, and you were
Renita.
married...
Renita.
Guys, Renita is in the heat right now.
Renita's like, uh-oh.
Renita's gonna be the name of his
found
next
out.
album, honestly.
So if I had a girlfriend from Chicago, and her name was Renita, and you were married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make a song called Riri. Kind of a fair point, right?
Yeah, that is.
Like, that's like...
I'm rolling my eyes. Are you kidding me?
No, that is an absurd.
No.
Do you love me?
That's an absurd analogy, but
A
like I
little
see
bit.
what he's saying.
I love it.
Reaching
Don't make. He
right
said,
now.
"Don't make a record where people are going to be confused," and I don't blame him.
There's probably Renita in Chicago being like, "What did
Listen,
I
you
do?"
know how many Renitas and Kikis there are in this world? Like, what are we talking
Okay, but
about?
Drake could pick Serena, like you know, what I mean? if he needs a name.
He did have Serena
Say
Williams,
it.
so you know.
And then
Compensating.
lastly, he acknowledged the feud between Kim and Tyson Beckford, who was body shaming her, and we do not like body shaming, and basically said to all 3 men, don't talk about my wife, period. Like, if you have something to me, say it. And I really I've been vibing with Kanye recently.
No, I understand.
We're going to, besides all this stuff that he was saying before with the Make America Great Again and the slavery, all those, which is unexcusable. But recently, I like how active he is on his Instagram. It's entertaining.
Yes,
Let me put it that way.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
It's entertaining.
Did I just put my foot in my mouth? I like how...
No, but I'll co-sign.
Okay.
I'll co-sign.
Co-sign it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know our producer is not co-signing.
Not
Yeah.
co-signing at all. I'm sorry. But, you know...
I'm with Crystal. I'm not co-signing it either.
Okay.
But Nick Cannon actually responded last night. You know, he took to his Instagram. He said, well, first of all, Kanye, like, welcome back from the sunken place. Good to see you out and about. And I guess if this is the kind of interview we're doing, we don't just hit each other's phones anymore. So, all right, let me take it to Instagram.
Right,
and basically he said he doesn't feel, Nick Cannon doesn't feel that he said anything disrespectful or harmful to or about Kim Kardashian. He also said, Kanye, just like you, I'm a grown man, I'm an individual, so do not police what I say. If I said it, I meant it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say just like you. So please understand and respect that.
Damn.
He said, he said, we speak our mind freely, talking about him and Kanye. We speak our mind freely and we can't be controlled. So understand where I'm coming from with
That's
this.
fair.
Yeah.
Very fair. And again, I don't think he was trying to be malicious. I don't think he was trying to be
I know, but
offensive
why-
or disrespectful.
why talk about it?
But he said he was asked a question. So if he's asked a question, he's going to give his opinion. His opinion's his opinion. It's not a fact or, fiction, but that's just what he thinks. So if he thinks that they might have had relations, then that's what he thinks. And it is what it is. Don't be mad at him. Be mad at Kim for having the relationship or not.
But I do think it's kind of like if you don't want to be in the drama, you just aren't in the drama. It's like he was a little bit like going against someone like Kanye. It's like you're kind of probing him a little bit. It's like it's like if you're going to
But
comment
maybe
on that
was on purpose because Nick also did say that the 200th episode of Wildin' Out is approaching, and he wants Kanye to come on the show. He invited
he wants
him.
to boost his ratings, probably.
And that would definitely
No,
boost-
100%.
And he said
I love Wildin' Out, by the way.
He said wives, exes are fair game. He was like, you want to joke on Mariah? We can joke on Mariah. We can joke on Kim. Like we could just make it a thing. So
Mariah's probably about to get involved and be like, we're going to get 7 videos on
Mariah
our
is
Instagram.
Mariah is so unbothered. They joke on Mariah Carey
Yeah.
all the time
I know,
on
she is
Wildin'
so
Out, and she is so unbothered.
By the way, I do want to say that Kanye did bring up an interesting point, which was that he was like, Drake, why aren't you denying it? Like you let it kind of just been like said, but he hasn't because Kim has been like, no, that's just like not a fact.
But Drake, I mean, unless it's like a huge dish in the Pusha T realm, but which he still kind of fell off on, Drake does not respond to rumors. If anything, he puts it in his music, if anything, but he's just usually not the type
I kind
to
of like that.
comment.
I do kind of like that.
On another thing like that, Kanye produced the record, Pusha T's record, that was dissing Drake.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is all revenge
And Kanye,
for that.
but listen, Kanye was the one who knew about Drake's child, so I think Drake thinks that Kanye was the one who
told
leaked the
Pusha.
info to Pusha.
Okay, here's another thing. One thing that I didn't appreciate about the Kanye videos is he's like, I expect each of you to come talk to me and we can talk this out. It's kind of like, well, if you appreciated that, why didn't you just call them in the first place
you
instead
have
of
their
stirring
numbers.
this up?
Exactly.
And also, it's just, I agree with you. I think the whole thing is just this giant media thing to keep them all relevant. It's like we're all still in the news. You guys all it's a bunch of frou-frou on the internet right now.
Well, let's keep talking about Drake, shall we?
Let's do it.
And this is, I'm proud of Drake. He is suing the woman who falsely claimed of raping her and impregnating her. So I'm glad. Apparently it was a one-night stand, and then she tried to extort him for millions of dollars. So he's finally suing her, and this is how it went down. I didn't really know about this, so did some digging, research. In April 2017, Layla Lace, a former stripper, Drake needs to maybe
He has a type.
basically said on social media that the rapper got her pregnant and dodged her calls. Then she later put all the receipts on her Instagram, but then deleted it. It was all really, really sketchy. So then in 2017, in May, a month later, a lawyer representing Lace called Drake demanding for money and extorting him. And he was just like, of course, if it's my baby, I'll support it. But if it's not, then I won't. So why don't you take a paternity test and we'll figure it out.
Right.
And of course, she refused.
She
to
goes
take a
ghost.
paternity
Yeah.
test. Right. Then, months and months later, Lace contacts the authorities and in New York, and then alleged that Drake actually sexually assaulted her and raped her. So it went from asking for money, not want, and then it went to a rape and whatever. So anyway, on Tuesday, Drake filed a lawsuit against Lace accusing her of civil extortion, emotional duress, fraud, defamation, and abusive process. So Lace is not looking real lacy today.
Right.
But he claims that the two did have consensual and protected sex, but there's no reason for them having a kid or sexual assault.
You know what? I'm good for him. I totally feel as though the same energy that we put towards the people who actually do rape and sexually assault and sexually abuse, I feel as though the people who lie about it, they need to be absolutely held accountable because you are trying to ruin lives.
Right.
Like, you know good and well that you're lying.
So the money.
Right, and I just think that is totally repulsive. So do what you gotta do, Drake.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, like, being a celebrity like that and having to do,
Yeah.
like, having, you know, consensual sex is what you think and you never know. Which is why maybe you should get to know someone before you have sex with them.
Maybe. That's the first step. Maybe.
I
But
feel like it's like high school, like gym class.
Maybe go on a date first.
and it also doesn't help because then the actual victims who
Right.
are sexually
Absolutely.
assaulted and raped, then they're not believed. So
Absolutely.
this is really, I'm glad that Drake is taking a stand. I love you, Drake. Call me whatever.
Well, kind of on this note, last week we talked about Les Moonves, the former chairman and CEO of CBS, who resigned earlier this month due to allegations that of sexual misconduct with multiple women. And we also mentioned how his wife, Julie Chen, the host of CBS The Talk and Big Brother, signed off on an episode using her married name, which was in some sort of way to show support and solidarity for her husband. Well, some think of it in that way. That's not what she did not say that she did it in that way, but some people speculated.
A lot of people interpret it because she's never
done that
show.
before.
Yeah, on the show.
So some people interpreted, what am I talking about? Interpreted that she was doing that to show support. Well, earlier this week, Julie Chen announced that she is leaving her position as the co-host of The Talk. At the end of Tuesday's show, in a pre-recorded message, she said, "I need to spend more time at home with my husband and our young son, so I've decided to leave The Talk." She was very emotional in that message. The audience and the co-host of The Talk watched the message all for the first time. They were very sad and, kind of down to see her leave. She had been a part of the show in its 9 years. She was, one of the original co-hosts.
Yeah,
so it was very sad to have to see her leave. I know it's not a decision that she wanted to make.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's very unfortunate that,
That's
that
hard.
his alleged...
Imagine me leaving the mention. Like, that would be so
And you
heartbreaking.
leaving the mention due
For
to
everyone
something that your
involved.
husband did, not something
Right.
that you did, not something that
Exactly.
you're responsible for, but just because your husband.
You guys would be like Iraq.
What would we do without you?
sure.
I don't know.
I do. You know what I do appreciate though is like, well, it's such a tricky thing. So I don't want to comment too much on it because a lot goes into it. But I appreciate her making a decision and standing by it and saying this is where I'm going to stand and I'm going to take actions to go with that. So I do appreciate the authenticity that she's like, okay, here's how I'm going to do this.
Right.
But again, it's a tricky situation. So like I feel like we don't know everything, and again, like we're still waiting on like because right now it's just accusations, so we're still just waiting. But it's just a tricky situation.
But she is staying on the Big Brother, which I watched last night, and she was in good shape.
She is. She is remaining on the Big Brother.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and I'm sure her journalism career and her resume speaks for itself. So I'm sure that she will still have opportunities presented to herself, maybe outside of CBS. But we will wish Julie the best.
Absolutely. And to switch gears a little bit, I think it's time to get lit. What do you guys think?
I think so. Hey.
We have so much to talk about, including our new favorite movie, Assassination Nation, based on a true story about a quiet all-American town of Salem that absolutely lost its mind. Check out the trailer here.
When 17,000 people's texts and emails leaked,
Are you guys seeing this right now?
my town lost its mind.
Who was it?
Lily Colson.
Why would you say that?
You know what these girls did?
How did it go like me?
We're bringing all you to justice.
End up in a world so
Maybe I'll get pissed off and fight back.
I live for this type of scandal, to be honest.
Don't test me! Don't test me! You may kill me, but you can't kill us all.
I guess your generation is a little desensitized.
We did a quick little outfit change.
We're ready.
Assassination Nation.
Guys, this movie is so insane. It is so gripping. And it's based on a modern day Salem witch trial. And after a town is attacked by a hacker that leaves everyone in the town with their most intimate texts, pictures, details from their phone exposed to everyone, it starts this like giant, insane riot madness. It's crazy. What did you guys think? First off, I love our coats.
We look super cute.
These coats
I feel like I'm part of the movie.
Yeah, they're from Doll's Kill, and then the 3 main characters wear them at the end of the film, so it's like a little ode to that. I feel like this is a great Halloween costume.
Listen, get your girls together. And let me tell you, I love a movie that has me like jaw dropped. Oh my God, I'm commenting out loud. And throughout this entire movie, I was, oh my God, wait. No, like I love movies like that will make me comment, that'll keep me at the edge of my seat, and this one did that.
Also, I feel like horror, gory movies are very in right now.
Yeah, and there were some scenes I was like, oh my God.
It's described as a mix between The Heathers and The Purge. And so it's one of those things that really escalates throughout the whole time, but the characters are so gripping, and they really, sorry, I think my hair's on my mic. You guys have to hear what I'm saying. So they really sort of tackle this issue of privacy and what is privacy anymore, really? Because we're sharing everything. We're taking photos. Honestly, afterwards, I literally Googled, how do you delete things off the cloud? Because I was so scared. I was like, what? It really like tackles this whole thing. But it talks about like toxic masculinity, the dark side of social media, transgender phobia, racism, sexism, and of course, fragile male egos.
Yeah.
It really touches on a lot of things. And it also talks a lot about slut shaming and what that even is in our society anymore, because if you're owning like your sexuality and you're sort of putting that out there, like who is someone else to shame something that's yours?
Exactly.
It's really interesting.
I thought it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, and it has a star-studded, really fun cast. Odessa Young, Hari Neff Abra, Bella Thorne, and Suki Waterhouse, who apparently shot someone on the set of the film by accident. That's like crazy. Some stunt went wrong and it hadn't happened in 20 years, and like all of a sudden someone like got shot. Everyone was okay.
Everybody
totally imagine like shooting someone on accident.
But that just goes to show what kind of movie this is.
Yeah.
It's intense.
But like Sarah mentioned, honestly, these red coats are amazing, and the soundtrack's incredible. And like the whole time I was watching it, I felt like a badass, and I feel like a badass in this coat too.
So we're gonna keep them on.
Absolutely. Make sure you follow at Assassination Nation movie on Twitter and Instagram for all the behind-the-scenes footage and everything. And make sure you cop those tickets early because the movie is out today. You don't want to miss it. It is going to sell out, so make sure you get those tickets.
Yeah, and get these coats with you.
Right, because this is
to the theater.
Tell me we don't look good.
I'm wearing, like, make a funny noise. That's the only thing. Okay, it's time to talk about another amazing movie that we are obsessed with, and it's called Life Itself. Emily and I had an amazing opportunity to go to Toronto International Film Festival a couple weekends ago to interview the director and star of the film. Check it out right here. We're here with the writer-director and one of the stars of Amazon Studios' new film, Life Itself, Dan Fogelman and Laia Costa. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
How would you describe the film?
The attempt of the film is to show like all the slices of life that we experience. It's not just sad and it's not just funny. It's not just romantic. It's not just joyous. There are ebbs and flows to the common human experience, and I think you go through that in a couple of hours in the movie. The film takes you to very difficult and often very dark places, but the goal of it is to kind of leave you uplifted as you're walking out of the theater.
So Dan, in addition, it was such an amazing experience in Toronto, and the movie's actually incredible. It really has a lasting effect on everyone who watches it. So we urge you to go see it because it is out today.
Yeah, I mean, like Sarah mentioned, I loved the movie, and Dan Fogelman, who was the writer-director of Life Itself, is also the creator of This Is Us. So he's so good at telling these like enriching stories that sort of, and this one spans like decades, generations, locations. It's just a really beautiful movie, and I haven't seen a movie done this way in a really long time.
And some of the movie also is in Spanish, which I thought was a really awesome kind of twist that you wouldn't expect. So definitely go see it. Also, the cast is beyond amazing. Like, it's Antonio Banderas.
It's a fire
Olivia
cast.
Wilde.
Olivia Cook.
Oscar Isaac. Like, tons of Annette Bening. Like, what? It's great. That's all.
You convinced me.
I'll see it.
Another amazing film that we're so excited is coming back is Space Jam. Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Space Jam 2 is a thing, and they tapped Black Panther director Ryan Coogler to direct this film.
So we know it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be lit.
I have so many thoughts on it.
Yeah, tell us.
Wait, let me get in. Let me lay some details out.
Get into it.
LeBron James is taking the lead this time, and it won't be like a sequel. It's just gonna be another really great movie based on Space Jam. And so Hollywood Reporter asked LeBron, this made me laugh, if Michael Jordan will be making a cameo in the film, in which he replied, "We'll see. Hopefully there would be a role for Michael if he wants it. But Michael Jordan is Michael F. and Jordan. It doesn't matter if LeBron LeBron calls him. He's going to do whatever the hell he wants, which he's earned the right to do. And he also added that athletes are not sitting around talking about Space Jam. But honestly, I'm excited for that. It's going to be fun. I feel like Space Jam always has like a nice cameo of people. What was interesting is the other big basketball player, Blake Mitchell. Is that no? Anyways, he was almost cast for it, but Kendall's boyfriend.
Oh, Blake Griffin?
Blake Griffin.
Oh, that would have been a terrible.
I'm sorry, Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, not
That would have been a terrible selection.
He was also in the running, but LeBron took the cake. And I'm sorry, Blake Griffin, for messing up your name, but I love you.
For me, Space Jam is like literally probably top 10 of my favorite movies of all time.
Amazing.
Like I can sit here and probably quote 75% of it. I won't, but like it's just like near and dear to my heart. So I'm very iffy about a remake. And like I understand the Michael Jordan and LeBron James comparisons. Like I get that's like a huge thing. I love LeBron, so don't get me wrong. I think it'll be a great film. I'm just Space Jam is Space Jam and Space Jam is Michael Jordan.
Right,
so
it'll
be interesting.
One second. Yes, I agree with you, but I don't think it's necessarily a remake.
That's
it's
what
a
I was gonna
different
say.
interpretation.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want Space Jam was so good. I don't want a different one. I want Space Jam to be Space Jam. I want it to be left alone. But I do think the younger generation, as much as they love LeBron, like they need a Space Jam. Yeah. So I'm okay with.
But
it.
I will say, I think it's gonna be two separate things. Just like you know what I mean. Like
So
I think
can,
it's gonna be another great
can they
movie.
call it something else then?
No,
like leave
no,
Space
they
Jam
need
alone?
the
I gotta be saying they do, and I need Michael Jordan in there, honestly.
Yeah.
I would love an MJ cameo.
And also, production for the movie is slated for 2019 during the NBA's off season, so we're gonna get a lot of cameos. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Dope. All right, you know what else is dope? The nominees for this year's Latin American Music Awards were announced, and let me tell you who was nominated. Azuna and J Balvin were leading the way with 9 nominations each, which includes Mi Gente featuring Beyonce. So let's hope Beyonce will be making a cameo because she's not doing all that witchcraft. Other nominees include Daddy Yankee, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Maluma, Luis Fonsi, and the awards are going to be airing live in Los Angeles on Telemundo on October 25th. And I'm very excited. I love my Latinos. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, so stand you guys.
Celebrate.
That's all.
Well, speaking of music, Maroon 5, it was just announced that Maroon 5 is set to be the next Super Bowl halftime performance show, Variety reported this week. So the band is set to take stage for this show in Atlanta on February 3rd. Now, while I was excited about this, a lot of people... I do think Maroon 5 has had an incredible career. A lot of people were upset about this choice, saying that of all the amazing acts that come out of Atlanta, Maroon 5 was the top choice. So one person tweeted this tweet saying that a home of Outkast, T.I., Future, Ludacris, Usher, Maroon 5 plays the Super Bowl. Another person also tweeted that of all the, this is a small list of all the musicians more fitting for Atlanta's Super Bowl than Maroon 5. So I don't know how I feel about this, but so just Sarah, what do you guys think?
To be honest with you, I was like really disappointed that it wasn't a person of color. For one, we had Lady Gaga, we had Justin Timberlake. Like, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's have some color in our life.
Well, reportedly, apparently, Cardi B and Travis Scott will also be hitting the Super Bowl stage.
That's better.
Okay.
So, but I was just like, not that I have anything against Maroon 5, but like, it's just, you know, let's have some diversity and inclusion here. And then, exactly right, like, is Maroon 5 from Atlanta? Like, that's confusing too.
But even if they are, Atlanta is a powerhouse of music. Like, if you're thinking of music, you think New York, you think LA, you think Atlanta and the South.
Yes.
So if the Super Bowl is going to be Atlanta, I believe for the first time, you know, fact check me if I'm wrong, but that is a superstar moment. Do you know how many super hitters come from Atlanta? You could just have one. Even if Maroon 5 is from Atlanta, I don't think they are. But even if they were, you can have so many different artists that come from Atlanta. That would be such a huge moment for the city. That would be such a huge moment to be televised. Like they said, Usher, Jagged. Like there are even John Mayer's from Atlanta. If you want to go there, like we really could have made it. Like
I wasn't about to have John Mayer on the stage.
Please don't get me started.
I love John Mayer. I love John Mayer.
I stand for John Mayer.
Not for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Hey, he could put on a show. But I'm just saying, that's really could have been a moment for them to like show host the power and like the quality of music that comes from Atlanta, and I feel like they dropped the ball.
There must be some sort of backstory here where maybe they've been in contracts with them before or something. I feel like there's more to this story maybe than they were just
but
like,
they knew it was Atlanta, so they should have planned for Atlanta.
I know, I agree.
Well, at least Cardi and Travis will be there. And
true.
Hopefully.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So, on that music note, let's get into the drop. Now, we've been talking about Kanye for a lot during the show, and it seems as though Kanye and Chance the Rapper are going to be working on a new album together called Good Ass Job. Chance posted to his Instagram this post, and there has been some talk between Chance and Kanye. They've kind of been wanting to work on a product together. Chance has mentioned Good Ass Job in his song with Kanye, Ultralight Beam. There are old interviews from MTV back in 2003 when Kanye said he would name his fourth studio album Good Ass Job. There was obviously the fourth album we got was 808s and Heartbreak, so it wasn't that, but it's a great album, fantastic, definitely changed and defined the world of music. But Kanye has been back in Chicago. I'm just saying. But Kanye was back in Chicago. They were actually doing like a nice little thing at a high school in the area. It was a library. And he brought out Chance, and he said, Chance and I are doing an album. So the album is coming together. I don't know when it'll be out, but that is definitely something we can look forward to. And also, Kanye kind of teased, I think, a solo project. He took to his Instagram and his Twitter, kind of giving a faux ode to his Yeezus album cover. And the text said, Yandi 92918.
That's really soon.
That's very soon. That's actually next Friday. So maybe next Friday we'll be getting solo music from Kanye.
First of all, I love that he called it Yandi. Like Yeezus.
Yandi,
like he's like, we get you.
I get you.
You're trying to be.
It's on brand for him. It's on brand.
But like, I'm excited. I love his music.
I do.
And his recent Instagram buffoonery.
I do. And I'm going to listen. I am. I mean, it just is what it is. I don't agree with his politics, but the man can make some music.
Soji. I appreciate
music.
All right.
Oh, it's so funny. Okay, before we go, one last thing I do want to plug. We have a little carpet DM. So Michael B. Jordan was just named the new face of Coach Menswear.
Woo!
Oh, okay. How do we feel about that?
Go ahead, Zaddy. I'm about to say, go ahead, Zaddy.
He is so sexy.
No, he's top. He's on my elevator list. He's top 5 for me for sure. You know, it's like, no, that's not right. What is it? Isn't it if you meet someone in an elevator, you're allowed? Okay, never mind. Anyways, moving on. Back to Coach. The important
on
thing.
my F list.
Isn't that's the elevator? It's like pseudonym for. Okay, anyways, the brand announced that he'll be joining their line. He's gonna do the ready-to-wear fashion line, accessories, and fragrance. Now he also joined Selena Gomez as the other brand ambassador. And I have to say, what are the thoughts about a Michael B. Jordan, Selena Gomez? Like
collab?
Yeah, collab, like a photo shoot.
I mean, a collab or a relationship. I don't know.
They literally could not be like less.
Can you zoom in on my face, please?
But also,
zoom in on mine.
Go to Serena. Like, Emily, what kind?
Do one. None. I'm just saying. Listen, if I can be with Michael B. Jordan, at least it's another girl that I love.
Finish that sentence. If you can't be with Michael B. Jordan, hello. What do you mean? Get out of here. Hello, Michael B. Jordan. We are okay. We are ready for you.
Okay,
Come on
guys.
down.
We are fighting over Michael B. Jordan, but anyways, we are excited for your coach line, and thank you guys so much for watching.
What are you gonna do? We're gonna fight. Okay, he is mine. You have a
boyfriend. Listen, Michael B. Your brother went to Howard. I went to Howard. We're in the family
guys,
already.
No one cares about our love for Michael Jordan. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next Friday at noon.